Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story where the long-awaited news of a Blackpink comeback was, almost instantly, met with a huge storm of controversy from their very own fans. And this comment right here, it really just sums up the whole thing. You'd think when one of the biggest girl groups in the world announces new music, it would be nothing but celebration, right? Well, instead, a huge part of the reaction was concern, confusion, and even accusations of self-sabotage. So, what is going on here? To really get why the fans, the Blinks, are having this reaction, you first have to understand this massive gap between what they've been hoping for and what they're now really afraid is about to happen. So yeah, it all boils down to this conflict. On one hand, you have this pure, unfiltered excitement for a group album that people have been waiting years for. But on the other hand, there's this very real dread that the whole release is being strategically fumbled and that it could cost them that coveted #1 spot. So how did we even get here? To really appreciate the fan reaction, you have to understand just how long they've been waiting for this very news. And trust me, it's been a very long time. Their last full album was way back in 2022. And since then, the members have been focused on these huge solo careers and massive world tours. So the concerns about the lack of group music have just been growing and growing. The hunger for a full group comeback was at an absolute fever pitch. The first little bit of official news came from the group's agency, YG Entertainment. They confirmed that Blackpink was filming a new music video. And that right there, that was the spark that everyone had been waiting for. But then things really kicked into high gear when a video of Jisoo started making the rounds online. In the clip, it seems like she confirms the comeback is happening in December. And even though she didn't say if it was a solo thing or a group thing, fans immediately connected the dots. The date was set in their minds. It's happening in December. And this is where we get to the heart of the problem. Why on earth would a December release, a time for celebration, be seen as a total strategic disaster? Well, it all comes down to one thing: the music charts. For a group at Blackpink's level, charting high isn't just a bonus, it's a key measure of success. And debuting at #1, that's the ultimate prize. But in December, there's this unique, incredibly powerful obstacle that stands in their way. And that opponent is holiday music. Every single year, like clockwork, this wave of classic Christmas songs just comes back and completely takes over the global music charts. For any new song trying to make a splash, they are an almost unbeatable force. I mean, the challenge is just immense. You're not just competing against other new songs. You're going up against decades of nostalgia, of culture, of tradition. These songs are literally woven into the fabric of the season, and they rack up unbelievable streaming numbers day in and day out. And just to put a number on it, one fan pointed out that some of the biggest Christmas classics can pull in up to 20 million streams daily. That is a colossal number for any new song to compete with, even a song from Blackpink. So, as you can probably guess, seeing what looks like a massive strategic error, releasing music right into the teeth of the holiday season, led fans straight to social media to voice their frustration, their disbelief, and in some cases, some pretty serious theories. The most common reaction was just pure shock. I mean, after waiting 3 years for a new album, fans just could not wrap their heads around why this timing would be chosen. To a lot of people, it just looked like a huge, unforced error. Others framed it with a little more humor, but the feeling was exactly the same. There's this sense of impending doom, like the group is being sent into a chart battle that they just can't win against what some fans are jokingly calling the demon hunters of the music world. And then there's this, which is where that concern starts to tip over into conspiracy. The decision seemed so illogical to some fans that they started to think it had to be intentional, like a way to actually undermine the group's success from inside their own company. So all of this leaves the fans, and probably the group, in this really strange and conflicted spot as they get ready for this comeback. The whole fandom is just completely torn. On one side, there's this genuine joy that, hey, new music is finally on the way. But that joy is being kind of soured by this deep, data-driven concern that the comeback is being set up to fail, at least on the charts. And that leaves us with the one big question hanging over everything: at what cost? Will Blackpink's massive star power be enough to overcome the holiday juggernaut and actually pull off a victory? Or is their highly anticipated return going to be drowned out by the sound of sleigh bells on the charts? I guess we'll all just have to wait until December to find out.